Hi, so I wanted to talk about photography as an art today, and I've been reflecting on this because I had such a great time creating artistic photography, like a fine art photography in Portugal, particularly in the mountains in infrared. It was amazing, and there's such an amazing feeling when you kind of finish your photo, whatever editing you decide to do to it. I love it when you get a great shot and there's very little editing to do. You don't really need to do anything, you know. That's the most rewarding, isn't it? But it's such an amazing feeling when you've created something that is, I don't know, somehow creatively nourishing. It's like you look at the final piece and you just feel this sense of joy. It's a real joy when you take a picture that you know that you're going to be proud of forever. You know that it's going to be one that's going to go in your portfolio, or one that you'll always be proud to show to people or share. You know, one that you want to put your watermark on. You know, you want to protect it. And it doesn't necessarily come around that often, but when it does, it's amazing. And so I'd really love to do more of that, and I'm looking forward to doing more of that. And I love that I have something to look forward to doing more of, that, you know, something that I have a spark for again, which is really special as well. And I'm really grateful for that. And I was watching, I was watching telly last night. We were watching a film, 13 Lives it was called. And there was an advert that came on, and it was this guy, I think he was wearing a suit. He was dancing around, and it was clearly like done in a studio, but the lighting was perfect. And it really got me to thinking how everything was clean and perfect. You know, you see these adverts where everything is absolutely perfect. And it's kind of, you know, there's a lot of messages going out into the world of, let's not paint this picture of perfection. It's damaging kids, people that have got this unrealistic image that they're trying to live up to, that, you know, that they'll never reach. Like everything is perfected, right? Every single blemish is taken out. Everything's moved to how it should look, or they think that it looks perfect. And I understand that it's dangerous to put out these images of perfection because of those reasons, for people not being able to attain that and then feeling inadequate. But I understand the art of it. I really do understand the art of it. And when you create something, like, for example, you get into the studio, right? And you've got a model, and you've got the lighting, and you've got the backdrop, and you're crafting something, you're creating something, you're building something, right? And it's like layers. You've got the backdrop, the room, you put the subject there, whatever it is, whoever it is, and you bring in the light, and you're building this thing. You're building it, and it's your creation. And sometimes it's good to have a gritty, imperfect image, but sometimes you just want everything so clean, right? So the eye flows effortlessly around the image, you know? And sometimes if, say for example, you've got like lumps and bumps or blemishes or things that stop the flow, they disturb the flow of the eye, and they take away the smoothness and that minimalist look, you know the images that are minimalist. And so I really do understand the art of this perfect, smooth, simple image that you've taken so much care over lighting it and creating it and developing it, and you kind of don't want to stop. You want to edit it and edit it and edit it and just keep going, and making it completely flawless is fun. Anyway, I am going off on a tangent right now. So I think travel is a really great opportunity to create the fine art photography. And it's great because if you're going somewhere you've never been, you just don't know what's round the next corner. There's so much magic in that. You know, just going out with your camera and just not knowing what you're going to see. I recently saw something in Cyprus that was so exciting. I can't even tell you how excited I was. I'm going to share it. I'm going to share it in this space. And fine art photography, it can be the landscapes, it can be the travel photography, it can be like a documentary style fine art photography. I think you can bring a little bit of fine art to any photography, any genre that you're shooting. You can bring that fine art element in by just telling the story but leaving some mystery, I think. I think like you tell part of the story, right? And then you leave something. You leave something for the viewer to create their own, the rest of the picture, the rest of the story, the rest of the scene. And I think that's what I've always loved about photography is you look at an image and you create your own story in your mind. But there's a starting point for you. And you can do that. So you can do it with the documentary and the travel photography and the landscape photography. But I think you can also do it with portrait photography. And actually, I want to try this. I did some years ago. Yeah. And now I think it's time to revisit that and really explore fine art portrait photography, creating perfection, you know, flawlessly smooth images in the studio with this magical, mysterious lighting. I can't wait.